Live now. And how's everybody doing? Got a late start on this one. Just barely got it kicked off here on time this evening, but we have nonetheless got Mike jumping in here with me at the bell. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh, doing all right, man. Long down the road, doing some things. Of course, got a lot of stuff here to talk about still, nonetheless. And we got a little bit of action here in Louisville again tonight in Kentucky. It's not super thick, but keeping an eye on it. I'll share some footage from there here toward the end. See what's going on in the streets. If I think that something's going to pop off here tomorrow in Louisville, I may ride up there. But I was unaware of what was happening there today. And like I said, I've been on the road for like 5 hours. But glad to be here now with you guys. How's everybody doing?
Happy Monday, everybody.
Yeah, happy Monday. And a much love to everybody out there. Got Judge Britt in the house. Texas Rob, I appreciate all the love. Ryan Cole, I appreciate all the love and support and keeping people posted. Art Queen, Susie Q in the house. Good to see you. John Sharp, Apollo Lark, the elusive man. Lauren, Cinematic in the house. Ken M, Phil Billy. Miggy, Kentucky Brewer. Heaven Sent. Much love to all you guys. Here, I'll go ahead and load a little something up my chest for everybody. Just get this thing popping. Can't go overboard now. I was going overboard like last week, man, and I burned up all my money. I couldn't give away no more by the weekend. I didn't like that.
Yeah, you were tapped out pretty early, huh?
Yeah. In there, I'm going to go ahead and we'll bust it open, guys. You guys got 30 seconds. And we're going to get this thing popping, man. Shit, I guess first off, Mike, what's been going on with you? Have you seen any outstanding breaking news here? Anything going on here within the past hour or two?
Not in the last hour or two, no. I had seen that protesters were trying to breach the Capitol building in Nashville. But other than that, I haven't seen
Interesting. First I'm hearing about that. Looks like we've got Charlie joining us as well, Disavowed. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm half woke. How are you?
We are live, just so you know.
Yep, I know.
Okay, cool. 10-4. I mean, keep on pushing, brother. I mean, it's all we know how to do, right?
Every day, straight up. You got it.
That's it, man. Ryan Cole, Biggie, Heaven Sent, D. White, and Ken. Much love to you guys there. Congratulations. And Biggie was trying to send me a message there on Twitter. Big, I got like a part of the way into it. I didn't get to finish it, man. I appreciate you hitting me up. I will get back to you. I'm rushing, man. I got in here last minute, was doing things. I looked up and it was like 9:15. I was like, are you kidding me? So, just ran out of daylight time today. I'll still be busy after the show. McBride, salute. Much love. All right, as you guys can see here, FDA pulled back this status of this hydroxychloroquine. And I just wanted to throw it out there because it was all approved. Now they're revoking it. And it's like, which is it? You know, they can't seem to get it right there, but I just wanted to let people know. Reminds me of the Kratom thing. They came out and they said, oh, we're going to ban Kratom and then make it legal again. And then ban Kratom and then back and forth. And it was like, okay, I caught a strike on YouTube over that crap. It pissed me off. I did the video when it was legal. And I talked about Kratom and its properties. And then they made it illegal. And then in that little span there, they dinged me. And I was like, it's garbage. Of course, y'all know how they operate. Usually, I save space to the last bit, but I'm going to start off here with some space news here real quick. This has to do with the Fireball Watch. We've been seeing a lot of fireballs, lots of reports all over the place, and there have been a series of larger objects go past the Earth kind of out of nowhere, to where they said they did not see them till the last minute. That was last week. Well, this is this week. And here we've got 5 more headed our way. After they say that we were just missed by one that passed closer than the moon. Normally, I'm not concerned unless they're going to come within 1 LD, which is a lunar distance. And that's the distance from Earth to the moon. When they come within that window, that's a close shave. Don't care what anybody says. That's a close shave. When you have multiple objects, say 5 big rocks coming through our vicinity, and they're not passing within there, what they can do is hit any other rock, like a pool table, and send these things scattering all over the place. Some are going to head toward Earth. It's just the nature of the beast. And some of the stuff coming down out of the sky, in my opinion, is not all metal. It's not all out of space. I do believe that some is, well, we say not organic metal. I think it's fabricated metal. Space junk. Burning up. Matter of fact, we know that some of it is. So a heads up, if you guys catch any fireballs, any amazing images, video clips, hit me up on Twitter, dahboo7 at yahoo.com. Would love to share them and get them out there. And shout outs to everybody out there that loves taking beautiful photos, getting clips, man. You can share them with me too, man. I'd love to share them. If you guys got crazy images or something, you can send them in my way. I'll share them as well. Anything. Try to get it out there. dahboo7 at yahoo.com or tag me on Twitter. Give you a shout out. And pull them up. Everybody's got something different going on in their neck of the woods. And before we get out of the space department here real quick, this one says that a new study is saying 36 civilizations could exist in our little old Milky Way galaxy right now. 36. The power of 36. What would Tesla say to that, huh? See, he knew the properties of the universe. This is why Tesla was so ahead of his time when it came to frequency, electromagnetic energy, things of that nature. All the little things he was creating, the Tesla towers, all that. It was all based on harmonics and science that is rooted in a language that is universal. Kind of like the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci is found everywhere. In the stars, in a seashell, in your ear, in everything. It's the same thing. The basic building blocks that are spread across space are creating life forms all over, in my opinion. Every single one of them, its own reality, its own existence, and it's everywhere. If there was a realm similar to ours, it would be out there somewhere, just a different dimension, so to speak. I think space is rather complex because it's space. It's so massive. And it's so massive, one literally couldn't wrap their head around it in terms of its size. But our Milky Way is just one itty-bitty galaxy in all that. That would be just like one star in a sea of billions of stars. But within that galaxy is billions of stars. So, I think the odds are pretty good that there's life out there.
Seems like it'd be an awful waste of space, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty naive and self-centered to think you're the only ones out there. Yeah, with all that going on.
Foster quote, by the way.
All right. Thank you, Apollo Lark. Coming in loud and clear out there in the mountains of VA. Boy, I tell you what. And I've got... it's crazy you said that and I locked onto you right there. Because this story right here is about the Appalachian Trail. And I just drove through it here the past 5 hours. All the way down to the border of Tennessee. Down to a place called Harlan, Kentucky. Now, what's crazy about this is someone I know was looking at properties, and they sent me a thing right before I head out the door, and it's the town right next to where I was heading down to get. I was like, what are the odds of that? You're looking at property, 30 acres, right there where I'm heading down. So,
isn't that crazy? But that seems to be our lives the past couple of years, doesn't it?
That's it, the synchronicities. And it kind of surprised me because this person all along had been looking in Tennessee, and all of a sudden shoots me something right down the road from me. I'm like, okay, that'll work. But I love the Appalachians, love the mountains, and I tell you what, when I was going through Harlan, I couldn't believe it. I honestly, I could not believe it. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, these mountains are so big and vast, and it was like, wow. Like, these are like right down the road. Like, insane. Like, there's hidden gems out there tucked away that you're not going to see or you're not going to find if you don't get out and explore sometimes, if you're not driving to go do certain things. And that was one of them. I've been in Kentucky all my life, crisscrossing it back and forth, man. And those are the biggest mountains I ever seen in Kentucky. I cracking with you today. Beautiful. What? Whoa, dude, you're way breaking up.
When
bad.
I drove down to meet Charlotte. When I drove down.
Is that me?
We good?
You there?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
All right, am I good? All right.
Yeah.
When I was driving down to meet you guys in Charlotte, I remember saying the same thing. I was surprised at how big those mountains were, and I grew up on the East Coast. I grew up, between Virginia and Maryland. Now I know the mountains are a lot bigger, out to the west, but where I was in the Ozarks, I thought those mountains were huge. When I was driving to Charlotte from Indiana, I went through some mountain ranges that were
Yeah, when
double
you come
the
from the
size.
flats, like Indiana, where you're at, like, Upper Ohio, Kansas.
Yeah, but from the Ozarks though, I thought the Ozarks would have been bigger than anything back east, and no, it's not that way. There's some huge mountains in
the Appalachians.
that area.
Yeah. What they're talking about doing here is the U.S. Supreme Court, among a lot of other things they just did today, they greenlight a pipeline that's going to cut through the Appalachian Trail. And activists are saying that this is going to put other land at risk, like it always does. We've covered a lot of these things, a lot of these pipelines, a lot of the protest against them. And unfortunately, the outcome is always the same. There's always a brutal battle. They send in their law. It ends up dissipating and going away. And in due time, just like up at Standing Rock, everything that they fought for, in due time. That same pipeline up at Standing Rock, if y'all didn't hear, that they were fighting against, that Revolutionary Z got his finger damn near shot off up there, covering, there was a leak. A big leak.
Yep.
Big one. Exactly what they warned and said would happen. Happened. And who?
I believe it was to the tune of 10,000 gallons or so. It was big.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Yeah, that just it ticks me off when I see that. Joe Biden making some comments here, saying that Martin Luther King's assassination did not have a worldwide impact like George Floyd's. And that's just ridiculous. Like I said, this is a gaffe machine. This guy is. He's just going with what they're pushing here, this narrative, this scam that we're getting scammed with here. There's no way you have 5 different dudes from 5 different countries, all with the same scenario. Come on, people. Come on, man. It's sick. As I said before, anyone that's still buying into the scam-demic, unfollow me, be gone, don't come back until you're ready to really wake up. I don't need the dead weight, and I don't need you dragging down others. I hear people say, well, my uncle died of it, and I know they're saying he's in the hospital now with COVID. What do you say to that? Well, what have I been showing for the past 2 days on my channel? The truth. A nurse from a hospital that showed you what's really happening in the hospitals. When people take 2 tests that are negative, but yet at the top of the paper, it's still saying they're COVID positive. That is what's fucking happening to your people. Okay? Simple. So, we're getting played. If you missed the one from Tucker Carlson right before that, he said the same thing. For everyone that needs spoon-fed from the mainstream media, he said the same thing. Criminal politicians lie to us using a medical emergency to subvert democracy, was his exact words. He reaches millions of people. So if you still got your head in the sand, I don't know what to say. We've been played. This is a scam-demic. It's all fraudulent. Even other mainstream media outlets are outright calling it for what it is. Calling out the criminal politicians. Question is, and they know it, are Americans going to get up off their ass to do anything? I think you already know the answer to that one. Not unless there's someone's getting paid to do something. So, I don't know. I think with Joe Biden making all these comments, just, I can't tell you the last time he's made a comment that made sense.
That made sense, right? That was, if you think about the comment though, it does push the agenda so much. It really does.
Yeah,
it really does.
It was
because
it was pretty audacious.
Martin Luther King Jr. He did have an impact worldwide, and even remotely suggest that it didn't is such a slap in the face to the progress that we've already made. And I know some people say, what progress? But there was a time where whites and blacks couldn't even be friends. When you know what I mean? When it was black against white, not all against blue. You know what I mean? Not black against blue. And that helped bridge that divide. And all we see these days is a constant blowing up of the bridge that bridges that divide. You know.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you for people that are saying buffering. I mean, I'm watching it on my backup computer right next to me, making sure that everything is running good. And
there's a ton of DDoS attacks happening today, so I mean that could be part of it.
There was a bunch of cell services I heard were hit. Yeah. Now
I was following Down Detector when it was going on. So.
Let me say this. Try hitting 360p, select 360p as your rate there that you're going to use. And hopefully that works better. That's all I can think of at this point.
As far as Martin Luther King goes, the thing that tripped me out the most about that, it was a blip on the radar. No uproar, no. I fully expected prominent, even the family, to say something, but nothing.
Hold on a sec, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to check some things to see what's going on here. All I could tell folks to do is go to the 360. I mean, it seems out of my control. Seems like something's going on outside of me because all my stuff's flowing, moving smooth. I don't know what to say there. Good here. Ken says good. I'm just trying to better now. Bane says better. You got it fixed? Okay. We'll go ahead and all right, so. All right, good now. Thanks, Pops. Good here. Thank you. Streaming fine. All right, that's what we wanted to hear. Finally getting things squared away there. Not sure what's going on. I did see a tweet earlier right when I either right before I left or right when I got in, and it was about all these cell services getting attacked. What was up with that, Mike?
Currently at the moment, T-Mobile, Metro, and Verizon are experiencing the most outages. T-Mobile is still at the top of the list, but between 4 o'clock and 4:30 this afternoon, T-Mobile had experienced over 110,000 outages. Most of the outages that I was seeing through all of the networks were all showing up in major cities, the same major cities. Okay. And then if you look at the real-time outage map, it was showing pretty much that if you had to pick what the 5 corners of this country would be,
Thank you, Clark.
That's where they were blowing up. So there's a strategically planned DDoS attack on multiple networks at one time, which we don't see too often. Right. There's usually always something going on with one of the networks, but
McBride, Biggie, Tedessa, much love to all you guys.
Yeah.
Mike says blackout coming. I mean, hey, we've always said you all got to be ready for the lights out situation. That's the icing on the cake. Okay.
Just like we've always got to be ready for the lockdown situation.
Your basic survival earlier. I didn't want to forget this. It's got it on my mind. You said this in the little by. You said your chickens got wiped out by foxes. I hate to hear that. And Texas Rob, do not promote Alex Jones on my channel again. You've been warned. No but love though. Kato, you fool. Much love, man. Thanks for all the support, for real. Boss 9 Millie, much love as well. All right, you guys can see here, Trump is set to sign another executive order. I'd like to know what president has the record for that. But he's going to sign one here on policing. So this would be interesting to see the wording, the verbiage that comes out of this. So that's tomorrow. We'll wait and see. What happened here recently in Russia was a Russian court sentences American Paul Whelan to 16 years in prison for a spy conviction. So he got busted being a spy. There was talk of, death sentence and all this other stuff. They're saying it's a sham trial. All this other crap. Hey, he's a spy and he got caught. A lot worse could have happened to him, to be honest with you, coming from that KGB. So he's lucky he's only getting 16 years in prison, to be honest with you. KGB's nasty.
Russian prisons are nasty.
Yeah. I mean, all prisons for the most part.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But anybody who's watched international prison shows before has gotten a glimpse of what Russian prisons are like.
Paradise, Pete, much love. Thank you. Live one. Thank you. And, we've been sitting here talking for years about solar minimum. Okay? We have been talking about this for years. And it just blows my mind that we can sit there and cover something forever and no one want to give us the props for the stuff we've been covering forever. And then they can bring out one of the goons and start talking the stuff and trying to connect it with shit like Flat Earth and pushing it and act like they're the ones that just figured all this shit out. That ain't the case, fools. We've been sitting here warning about this damn solar minimum for a long time. And Mike, you've been heavy on it throughout the whole beginning of this year recently. It's
been a minute. Since last year, since the international weather conference that they had last year, where the bomb got dropped on.
Right.
We've been pressing it since the crops almost got destroyed out in the Midwest last year.
Yeah, heavy at that. I mean, it's just something that we've been mentioning for years, man, and I don't know.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think it was 2018.
I'm glad people that do listen to us, like old Florio that I met, showed me his garden. He's like, man, I started making these moves because of watching you and listening to you and all this other stuff. And I was like, what? Like, that's dope, dude. That's dope. It's good to see. It's good to see somebody had something going like that, and that they're sitting there saying, I inspired him. I got him into doing all that, getting on the ball. So it feels good knowing that some cats are out there making moves. You got to stay vigilant. You got to keep on pushing. I'm always picking up little things. Don't ever think that it's over. All the time I get a little bit of extra money. It can go for some kind of necessity. It's going to be needed for survival. Like in my case, just for doing what I do, this whole time I ain't never had a mask to go out in the field with. A gas mask. Got one now. But that's just one of the little things that I need in my arsenal for what I do that I've never had. And plus, you just never know in this climate when you might need one. CB, much love. And Carolina May, good to see you. I don't know how to say it. Is that Olo or OL? I don't even know. OLOLLOLL. Thanks for the follow.
Would that be LOL, LOL, LOL?
No, it didn't start with an L.
Then logic.
They say, how's the van? It's doing great.
The van's good. The van's doing real good, guys. Yeah, thank you for asking.
Buffering nonstop. I don't know, man. Maybe D-Live's getting attacked or something. I mean,
I noticed Comcast was one of the networks that was getting attacked, but it only had under 800 reports, but it might be ramping up now. I don't know. It seemed to be going in an upward slope. So if you're on the Comcast for your home internet, you might be experiencing some problems right now.
Emergency water filter is good, Patty. Yeah, it's something. Got several of them. Yeah, guys, I don't know what to say about the buffering besides to click 360 and to refresh. This is something that's been going on apparently all day. It's been attacking all kinds of different networks, and apparently now, D-Live servers, wherever they got them, it's getting hit. Some people are saying they're good. Spectrum, good here. Some people say, others say that it's buffering. Maybe it's local.
Spectrum's on the list too. If you guys want to check, it's downdetector.com. That's what we use when we're looking at what's currently getting hit. It's a good place to also read the comments to see what other people are experiencing.
Right there. You can see I just pulled it up on the screen. T-Mobile, Metro, Verizon. All at the top. Comcast up there with Sprint, AT&T.
A lot of our crew are reporting in that they're having the same problems with the app and so on and so forth. So,
yeah, and I noticed that actually Zoom was in the list earlier today. If you keep scrolling down, I'm not sure if they're in there or not. Now, it wouldn't be the Zoom creating this problem, but that's not to say that other things like D-Live can't be in that list too.
Yeah, you keep getting a little twangy there.
You know, but make sure you check and see.
You just cut out, Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, D, since we're sort of on the topic, you guys don't know what this fall is going to hold, but it's between now and then, if any of you are marginally getting back to normal, start stacking food, start getting stuff that you need, because God only knows what they're going to pull off.
Next. Yeah, what's next? We're going to get to that here in a second. It feels like a wave 2's coming. I know some of you guys can't. You're like, there's no way. There's no way. Well, yeah way. Until these criminals are removed, these fucking politicians that are criminals are taken out, until they're removed, it's the same old song and dance. They're not going to stop. Look, Storm Raven, I get it. It's still buffering like crazy. I get everybody knows it's buffering. There's nothing we can do about it, so I don't know what to tell you. If you guys want to go watch something else, go somewhere else for this evening, I get it. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. For those who are going to hang with us, try 360p on your settings and a refresh. That's all I know to say. But it seems like there's a massive something going on right now. And it has been all day from what we're hearing. Also here real quick, what you got on the screen, and I just want to make quick mention of this. There's a search underway for the pilot of an F-15 that crashed in the North Sea. U.S. military. That's all we know. It went down. Search is underway. I wanted to make mention of this ninja bomb here real quick, because apparently this secretive CIA blade-wielding ninja bomb has been used, and they've got proof of it. You can see where the blade slashed through this vehicle and took out these two Al-Qaeda leaders. It's got a warhead that has pop-out blades. It's a crazy bomb and weapon. And I'm not going to show the stuff because it's graphic, but you can just see the hole in the top there. I mean, the people are not in it. They already had them removed, but it's still, I'm sure there's blood everywhere, but you can see where it punctured through, and you can even see where these blades sliced through the roof and sliced through the seat. So you're talking about crazy freaking weapons being used, okay? You would think that somewhere along the lines of shit would be against, like, the rules of engagement or, you know, warfare and all this other stuff, but, hey, chemical agents are banned in war, but yet our police use them on us like CS gas, tear gas here in this country. Do you know that? Yeah. Insane. And speaking of weapons, they've everyone's been talking about hypersonic this and that. Russia now saying that soon they're going to be able to counter this invincible hypersonic weapon, which doesn't make any sense. They're the ones that came out to begin with talking about all this hypersonic crap. It wasn't the U.S.,
Right.
wasn't China, it was them. They said that they had the weapons that would break apart. They come down at hypersonic speeds to 1 million pieces. You couldn't stop them. Now they're acting like, you know, they're playing catch up or something. It just... Anyhow, 24-hour fitness filing for bankruptcy. Just another one to bite the dust here in this country throughout this scamdemic and the biggest staged event in the history of your lives. You're going to look back and you're going to see what they did during this time frame of decimating everything, taking out small businesses, and literally molding this into a new world order right in front of your eyes. Jerome Powell said it here recently, and he said it openly and boldly, that jobs are going to disappear. Some are going to have to be restructured, and some just may not exist because they're not going to fit in the structure of this new world order. That was his exact words. That tells you right there this whole thing's been a play. If all the other crap we haven't seen hasn't told you that, we're being played. And people are losing everything. Losing their businesses, their everything. Same time, another aspect of this whole thing is the staged riots. The controlling of these people. They're going through and they're taking down statues. You know, they started this a while back. This popped up on the radar of them going after statues. But now it's back in mass. It's going global. It's by the same hand, the same money masters that are doing this. You know, if you strip the history out of there with this generation, well, the very next one that comes behind it, it's not going to know anything. And they're going to be set up and be susceptible to falling for what people did in the past. And that's why they always say, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to strip it down. That's not to say that some of these figures are controversial. Okay? Some of them are not. Some of them, I mean, it raises big time questions. Like, where do they draw the line with all this? In this instance, in Portland, you can see they took down a statue of Thomas Jefferson, the father of the Declaration of Independence. In this one here, Boston, considering removing the Abraham Lincoln statue with the freed slave. It's like, these people don't even realize what they're doing and what they're going after. They're just like animals going out after anything. I'm telling you, I witnessed them in Louisville smashing and destroying everything like pure animals. Pure animals. Now, we know this stuff is staged in a lot of different ways. When I was in Louisville, yeah, there's a ton of black people all around. Part of the protest. And then a lot of people upset. Rightfully so. Some black people were busting out some windows. We're doing some things. But when it came to setting the fires, right there on camera, right there in front of me, it was a couple white dudes with their faces covered. When we got down to where they busted all the windows out at the precinct of the police station, the first layer of glass, all they had to do was get through another layer of glass and they were in. Who was letting off all the fireworks down there? Who was in control of all of the fire and the fireworks? White dudes with their faces covered. We just had a shooting in Atlanta. Y'all heard they burnt down the Wendy's, right? Guess what? They were standing back filming, and guess what you see? A white woman goes up and is lighting a fire. Busted on camera. So sure, everybody heard that, oh, they burned down the Wendy's, blah, 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 blah. All the shit you fucking heard. Somebody spit out their fucking mouth with no proof right afterwards and just accepted that they did it. With no proof. No evidence whatsoever. Just accepted that they did it.
Well, their evidence is fake
Right.
evidence. It's CNN showing a still shot of upset black people in front of a burning building.
No. In these other clips, you've got dozens of black people recording this woman lighting the fire.
The people see this crap, right? They're not showing who the mainstream media is not showing you who actually lit the fire.
Yeah, that's garbage. Our black brothers and sisters that are already going through some traumatic crap don't deserve to have any more pinned on them that they did not do. That's some garbage. There's already enough they're responsible for as it is. They should claim that, yes. But for the shit that they didn't do, I mean, it's just garbage. They don't care who it is, what color, what race, what background, what it is. Setting someone else up is garbage. And that's exactly what I've seen. And it's crazy because in this era of having to wear a fucking mask, they're getting away with it. It's like this was all part of the plan. This mask thing never had anything to do with this scamdemic. It has everything to do with hiding the faces of their goons in every city. Every city. That right there shows you how interwoven these things are. All of it. Down to the toppling of statues now. Even more events, as you can see here in Atlanta. If something pops up on the radar, they're going to send their goons in. You're damn straight. They're hijacking them. Hijacking other events. I had another story on that pulled up, but it had so many ads I had to shut it down earlier. Talking about hijacking these events and bringing in color revolutions and everything else. Who is the master at doing that? George Soros. And he's the exact same man we've caught cutting checks to. Who? Fucking BLM right here in this country. Maybe people forgot. We've been covering this shit and exposing BLM since the days of Ferguson, Michael Brown. We done snuffed them out. We done caught them training people in classes to go cause chaos. Cutting them fucking checks. Busting them in. All this shit. Okay? So people need to get hip to it if they ain't. You think this BLM crap's something new, some new wave? This is controlled, it's old, it's the same old song and dance. Except, this time, it's on steroids. There ain't no doubt about that.
Some of y'all might not know this, but we had a crew member have a BLM leader up in their face, pointing their camera and say, I don't pay you to have that camera rolling right now.
Yep.
We got it on film.
Yep. Sure do. We got a lot of things on film. And that's why I tell everybody out there, if you get a chance, pull your phone out and start recording. It's what I call shooting back, okay? You're shooting film. You're shooting film. You're shooting film. You're shooting back, okay? And oftentimes, it's that footage that tells the tale. Look at here, once again in Atlanta, this most recent situation. All the cops real quick said, oh, dash cams are off. All body cams are off. Blah, blah, blah. Garbage. Go in, try to seize Wendy's cameras and all this other shit. Too bad, fools. Y'all are ignorant. There's 24 people, 3, 4, 5 dozen people sitting out in the parking lot filming you with their cell phones. Raps. Game over. And it's that footage right there that's spelled out the whole storyline. Dude from over on the corner, dude sitting in a Chevy over here, dude walking out the store over here that caught it, all from different angles. So when you stitch them all together, you got a 360 view like you could never have. You know what I'm saying? And they hate that. That's the one thing they can't control unless they want to try to start bum rushing all the other people around. In a chaotic situation like that, that's not what they're looking to do. They're actually trying to look to get the thing wrapped up and out of there ASAP, especially when there's a dead body laying there. By the way, they're saying that the cop did get fired in Atlanta. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on with that. Mike was saying that they were trying to storm the courthouse here earlier in Nashville. I've got some footage drawn up in Louisville right now. I gotta say, it doesn't look as thick as it did when I was up there. Looked like a few dozen people about 45 to an hour ago. And a lot of cops. We're gonna go to that here in a second. This here disgusts me. I love my people. I love all of you. You know that. All colors, all backgrounds. Most of us are mixes of all kinds of different colors and backgrounds anyway, so all this shit is pathetic. But man, I tell you what, The other day I reported on a young black man being found hanging from a tree. And my soul told me he was murdered. Like this vibe. I can't explain it. And just so some of y'all out there know, I've got this thing with dead people that I don't often talk about, but it's real. And I might as well mention it here because it steps in here. I don't know what it is. My aunt was some kind of psychic that worked for the government. That did all this crazy shit. And she just knew things. And would see things and have intuitions. And I guess I've got the same thing. It's almost like having a window in the back of my head is how I can explain it. And someone's walking by and can see it. And can see that it's open. And they see me and see that it's open. And it's like a window. And they can try to speak through it. It's weird. It's not controllable at all. Things just happen. And sometimes all I got to do is just look into the eyes of a picture. And I just know.
It happens randomly. I've seen it happen to you on several occasions, and it happens randomly.
Completely. But when I felt this with this, I was like, man, you got murdered, brother. And what do you say to that?
Well, it happened again.
It happened again here. A second black man found hanging from a tree within 2 weeks in Southern California, raising suspicion of foul play. And I'm here to tell you, this isn't coincidence. This is some foul shit. You know, people get killed all the time. When you start stringing them up like this, you're trying to make a statement. Okay? Or you're maybe trying to spark something. So we got to be diligent and use discernment to see what's going on here.
Well, looking into it, I think somebody in Gang reported earlier today that they found out it's happened 5 times in the past couple of weeks. They thought it was only twice, but there's a
5 times. You see how quickly this thing just escalated?
Yep.
That's something's going on here, man. And I got a funny feeling they're all it takes is some alphabet gang fools, you know, murderers that are paid to do it, to go out and kill some young brothers, string them up, because that's the mob's way of doing it. You know, a la Epstein, snap their neck, throw them up on a rope, and say they did it. Same thing with Chester Bennington. Same thing with dude from Soundgarden. Same thing with fucking all of them they kill, man. Pisses me off. That's their signature. That they did it, is doing that. And that's what it comes to mind right now when seeing all this. And I'm just like, oh, are they going to go around and murder innocent dudes and leave them strung up? So what? Black people get pissed off at whites? Is that, I mean, that's what this is coming down to, right? Because they wouldn't dare say or think that their own kind would do it. And I'm here to tell you that we ain't been seeing this shit before, have we? Before all this scam fucking shit's happened, huh? Nope. Tells me it's the same alphabet gang fools out here doing some sick shit. You know, the same ones pulling up in all blacked out fucking vans, dropping off tons of bricks on the corners to these goons? Yeah, them federales. Them ones that are listening right now, you motherfuckers that sold us out. You pieces of shit. Yeah, I'm cussing. I'm cussing because I fucking hate you. You fucking sold us out so bad! Took an oath to serve and protect us, yet you're sitting here listening to dahboo7 on orders tonight, thinking I'm some kind of fucking domestic terrorist, huh? Fuck you. Come get me, partner. I want you to come in the door first, fool. You listening. That's right, you. You won't do it. Front line. Grow you a pair, son. Step out of the office.
That's it.
Huh? I'm right here in the wide open, partner. And you know it. All right, pushing on. You know, I just got to come through sometimes and dump like that. If there's no sound, I don't know what to say. Somebody said no sound. I don't know what they mute me. Pisses me off, man. These brothers getting hung up in these trees, man. You people can't fall into this trap of being race baited and all this other stuff. And pulled into these honey pots. Honey pots.
Somebody wants that race war bad.
Yeah, these feds do. These little bitch-ass motherfuckers. What are you doing? What are you doing? You took an oath to serve and protect this country, and you're actually working to tear it apart. See, some of you out there don't understand why they would do this, but I'm here to tell you why they would do this. It's because they don't believe what you believe in. You need to understand that. They don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe in Yeshua. They worship the fallen. They worship Lucifer. They are taught something different. And if you don't understand that, you're never going to understand how this thing's working. And that's the truth. Yeah, eyebrows raise. Yeah, you have to understand what they're being taught if you understand how someone could make these decisions and choices. Because in their eyes, they're not doing the wrong thing, you see. They're taught that we are the goyim, that we are a sea of people that you can murder, that you can do all these things to as long as it's by the rules. Sure enough. No one else out there speaks on this but us and the few real out there that got the balls to do it. It's like no one wants to speak on the fallen ones at all. No one wants to speak on the truth. No one wants to speak on the truth of how to raise your energy and your chrism within your body like Jesus told you can do. No one. They want to run you on some offshoot or run it down the wrong path, the opposite path, the Luciferian energy path. The Kunda buffer. I'll talk more about that later. Let me move on here. Let's get into the scamdemic here real quick. Because they're cranking things up for round 2 of a lockdown. Just put it that way. China locks down 10 more neighborhoods in Beijing over this new outbreak. Guess where it started again? In a freaking market. Do you think we're this stupid? To sit there and run game on us the whole time and then turn around and run the same thing on us again? Are you kidding me? Y'all gonna let this happen? This is gonna take everyone, not a handful of white knights hopping up. It's gonna take everyone's participation. Everyone, literally, to get up. It's the only way it's gonna stop it. Only way. Everyone's gonna have to get up out the chair. It's the only way. It's the only way. If not, they're going to use their goons to come to your house and pick you off one by one with an APC and a couple dozen agents. Just like they do. Yep. And you all just get picked off one by one. You'll sit there and watch your fucking neighbors get their fucking shit shot up and all taken down and just sit there and watch it and not do shit. And then they'll go to the next neighbor's house. And then the next one getting closer and fucking closer to you. And your dumbass would just sit there fucking watching it, wouldn't you? Or would you? Or are you going to do something? That's my point. Because it's getting closer and closer. For those that are just sitting there, waiting. I know what I'm going to do. Somebody comes fucking with me, they're going to get it. Because I don't care. I'm that pissed off. I just don't care. I've been that lied to. I've been that used. I've been that played. I've been that screwed over my whole fucking life. Yeah. Just a slave in this game. That's what I am. Ready to buck back on these fools. Well, everyone else is just sitting around on their asses. Trust me. I'd much rather check out on some legendary tip than on some hoe shit. Okay? So don't be thinking the day when my day comes, oh my God, he shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done that. It is what it is. You better make peace with death, or you're going to live in fear for the rest of your days. You make peace with death, you live free for the rest of your days. You'll be happy. I'm glad you did. It's much more vibrant, much more free. You don't have all this weight, all this fear, all these things. You just do what you can do.
It's true.
Flow with the moment. Do what you can do. Be as good as you can be, as positive as you can be. Making the best decisions as possible. That's all you can do. Okay? None of us are perfect. None of us have all the answers. None of us are going to do it 100. But as long as you give it your all, that's what counts. I mean, come on now. Wow. The very next article is the same thing as the one before, but it's not China, it's India. Imposing lockdowns amid a flurry of new cases. You see, I see these cats on Twitter and you'll see me cussing them out. I'll be like, F you, you effing liar, and all this stuff. I'm like, you're fake effing polls. And I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep haggling them and letting them know you're not getting away with this shit. Everyone just sitting there with their mouth shut. The least you can do is hop up on Twitter or some shit, start barking back, start fighting back that way. If you don't want to get out in the damn streets, take it to the interwebs. I mean, damn it. You think a tweet's going to get you assassinated or some shit? I mean, look, I'm right out here. Shit, nobody be... I think if they're going to take a shot at somebody, they're going to blow my head off first, right? Right? I mean, who the fuck else out there, his head sticking out there any further than mine here right now? That's what I thought. So I don't know what y'all are scared of. For real. The fear is bogging us down. I don't know how to break it off of you. To see if there's there's a brighter and a better way in your heart. Just drop it right now tonight.
Yeah.
Same way I did cigarettes. Just drop them. Some people can't, like, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. It's all in your head, man. It's mental. It is mental. Mind over matter. I'm telling you. All right, now let's look at the hypocrisy of the lockdowns. The NYC mayor directs contact tracers not to question people about going to the BLM protest. You know what that means? Cuomo is directly connected to his Dems, obviously in the control of these BLM protests. And he just, in so many words, if you've got the eyes to see it, you see it. You don't do that or make a move unless there's an interest in it. And sure enough, that is it. It's over. Game over, man. These cats are snuffed out. They've pulled one of the biggest schemes in history. Last time I can recall us talking about a scheme that was this big was the Great Depression. When J.P. Morgan Chase and all them gathered on Jekyll Isle and they plotted a run on the banks and they caused and sparked the Great Depressions and robbed everybody's money. You know, the money that your great-grandparents had. All of us did. That's why you never got nothing handed down. That's why you never had your 40 acres and a mule. Because they stole it. That's facts, Jack. That's not a lie. If you didn't know it, that's a fact. We were played. Scammed then. Our ancestors were. That's why you have nothing now. We're all free slaves, as I call it. Working to pay your taxes, paycheck to paycheck. Miss when you're fucked. Right? Yep, that's the name of the game. Right where they want you. Man, I wish we had some George Carlin around still, man. Missing you, brother. R.I.P.
Wouldn't it be nice for that kind of comic relief right now?
Oh, you need it, man. I need it. I'm not a comedian, so I can't give you that, you know. But man,
George Carlin, master.
Yeah, he was good. Love him. But this is hypocrisy. Now check this out. They say, don't say nothing about the BLM protest, right? Actually, thousands can go out. Thousands can go out all over the city. All over the place. Shoulder to shoulder. And they don't give a shit. Yeah, he's going to turn around and he's going to look at the bars and he's going to threaten them over violations. Boys, is there a fucking Patriot One in New York City? Is there? Is there one? One! Because I don't think there is. You got criminals up in that bitch, sitting there smacking your fucking people around up in there making fun of them, right? Exposing this whole thing, and can't nobody check this fool? It's just like, wow. Even if I did it, I swear, everybody expects me to do it. You want me to go do it? All right, they'll assassinate me on Cuomo, okay? Then what? Who's going to go smack the shit out of the next fool? Or is anybody going to do it? Everybody's going to bitch out. Is that what I would die for?
You heard about what else they did today, all right?
Really? What?
They disbanded the drug task force, the plainclothes officers in New York City, which means that I believe it's over 600 plainclothes drug enforcement and crime task force officers have now been reassigned to neighborhood patrols and desk jobs.
Well, add that to it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that happened today as well.
Contact tracing is a scam. You should know that. Social distancing, a scam. All this is to track and strip your freedoms. Norway throwing it out the window because they know it. They know it. And they're saying we're not being tracked by you. Not being tracked by you. When it comes to this autonomous zone here in this country, the same people are allowing this to happen. These Dems, as you want to call them, it's just half of the establishment, part of the players playing that role. You need to understand that. They are, they're basically threatening the people on the ground, saying that, you know, people in the French Revolution that were not on board got chopped, you know, chopped up. Mind you, just the other day they had a guy running around with a machete, threatening people down here in this autonomous zone. Well, now they're saying the utopia is starting to fall apart. Residents report screams of terror on the streets. People fighting, not being able to get along, seeing eye to eye, tensions running high, and all this stuff. Well, it seems that they want this to happen. The Dems, the mayor wants this to happen. They're allowing this full blown. Trump threatened to come in and break it up, and she said that's against the Constitution, all this other shit. Summer of love is what she said they were going to have. Whatever the hell that was supposed to mean. What a piece of work. Just summer of love, and there's nothing but chaos in the 6 square block region. I just don't get it. Look.
They were showing that dude handing out AR-15s out of the trunk of his car last night.
Yeah, it's literally a movie script.
Yeah.
Handing out semi-automatic rifles out of the trunk of the car in the zone.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yep. Yeah, some gave it to some kid in like a high school baseball shirt, and told him to disengage the magazine and put it back in. The kid had no idea what he was doing.
I don't want to be anywhere near that.
Nope.
I don't want to be anywhere near some young kids or anyone that doesn't know how to handle a gun. You got to be well trained. You got to know what you're doing. I had a freaking only stepbrother I had in my life was shot and killed by his best friend. And guns are no joke, man. You can take someone's life accidentally in a heartbeat, and with cats just wheeled them around, not knowing. Nah, you gotta have some trained shit, or people are gonna be shooting their own foot off left and right. That's why training is important. Tactical training is important. Get with some military guys, some vets, and do some tactical stuff. Even if it's just your basics, man. Of just getting a 22 out there, sighting it up, shooting some melons, shooting some targets. Repetition is your best friend. Okay? Repetition is your best friend. Getting to know your weapon is key. I've got this lever action, man, my dad brought down. I'm in love with it. It's so smooth, man. 16 shot. Scope on top. So smooth. Oh, yeah. And I usually like the bigger ones. I like the 7.62 caliber. Is one of my favorite calibers. 5.56, I guess, is good too. But the 22 long hollow tip is one of my faves, because you kill a motherfucker with that. Simply, they want to come busting your shit, trying to kill you. You can defend yourself. I don't want to take no life. Let me just put that out there. I don't like to kill any animals. That's why I ain't killed this old hound dog. It's ate my chickens and been running around here and all this shit. It's just not me. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do, like I told my daughter today. If I have to walk out here and kill this old hound dog, there's a point where things become a nuisance, and you can't allow it to wipe out your livestock. And if the shitty ass neighbor don't want to respect you and take care of it, well, what did the cops say when you called them? You didn't shoot it? Well, no, we don't want to shoot it. But you guys are like giving us no choice. See, when you're in a position where you have to do things, you have to do things sometimes. And It's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Animals flock to me. It's weird. They come here. They always have dogs, cats. They always flock to us. Squirrels, rabbits. Can't have rabbits and squirrels around here, though, with this hound dog, because he eats them. It eats everything. Kills all the livestock. So you can't have that. You can't have something that's going to take your food away. You can't. It's ridiculous. Any good old boy would have solved this problem a long time ago, and it wouldn't even be a discussion tonight. We would have shot him the first night and been done. Nothing else said about it. It's a tricky situation. Huh? What do you do? Guess I had to pay somebody to come over and shoot it. That way I didn't do it, right? That way it's not on my karma. Mike!
No. I have a hard time with it.
Ah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll kill me a deer. I'll pray to God, and I'll thank God for delivering it to me. And we'll dress it up, and I'll take the meat, and I won't have a problem with it. I won't have a problem with it because I feel like it's what he put it here for. If I so choose to go out and take it at that moment. But I can't just go kill an animal for nothing if I'm not going to consume it or something like that. Never had to deal with an animal like that right now. But that's an animal. What happens when you have to deal with people on this level that are invading your areas, that are causing hell?
Truth be told, it might be easier. You know why? Because I understand free will, something that an animal doesn't have. An animal does something instinctively. And that's not to say that somebody coming on your property isn't instinctive. I mean, when your house runs out of food, when your neighbor's house runs out of food, what are they going to do? People can be animalistic when they're hungry. You know?
That's something I'm not sure a lot of people stop to think about. When that day comes, what are they going to do? I mean, are you really going to allow the person to... I mean, once you tell them no and you turn them away, I mean... they're going to plot. Before they sit there and starve, they're going to probably make a run at you. Somehow, some way. And if there's others, you got a problem because you're going to have multiple people now plotting. Like, we know they've got goods up there. Their farm. They've got all this stuff. They're lying to us. You see how quick that turns? And if your family of 4 or 5 and all of a sudden there's 4 or 5 grown-ass men out there that all have weapons surrounding your place... I hope to fucking God you spent some time putting some 22s in your kids' hands, teach them how to shoot. It's going to be like the movie The Patriot. Aim small, shoot small. Okay? These cats start coming in on your property, coming for you. You have a right to defense. You always have a right to defense. Always. And you should be well trained on it, in my opinion. You don't want the day to come and no one know what to do. You don't want, when your teenage kids look at you like, where's the trigger? What's the, no. You need to have them well versed in that, in my opinion.
They need to know how to tuck that rifle under their arm so it doesn't go flying out of their arm and then get a second shot on it.
Yeah. I ended this here with this piece here on the Cascadia, a mega quake, and I thought it was so fitting. And I don't want no one innocent to get hurt. Okay, when I say these things, I want no innocent people ever. But any evil person out there that has karma coming to them, you got it coming. However the Lord brings it to you. So, they've talked about the city of Seattle potentially sinking before. Because if it's the way that it's composed. And the liquefaction with the big quake could cause many parts of the city to sink many, many, many feet. And it's not so much that I would like to see the city sink, but there are 2 houses that sit right across the water there on Lake Washington that have 2 billionaires, one by the last name of Bezos, the other by the last name of Gates. I wouldn't cry if the quake hit them. That's for damn sure. But there
was some Bezos news that came out today.
Yeah, fire it.
Apparently, his lawyer came out and said that he agrees that they come to an agreement where he can sit down and testify in front of Congress now. I don't know specifically about what, but he's willing to do it.
All right, guys, just loaded up 500 lemons in the chest for you guys.
That's a whole lot of lemonade.
And it's just been one of them strange. People said it was buffering all night. I don't know what to say, guys. We've tried to get the show off the best we could here tonight. With all the buffering issues, I'll probably shut it down here after this. I was going to try to go to check out some streams. Just taking a look here at some of the streams here. Seattle. Doesn't look like much going on. Looks like Louisville probably has. Looks like they're dancing. A couple dozen people.
Got anything popping with Atlanta?
Maybe a few dozen, and maybe more than that. Maybe more on the backside. I thought that was a wall of cops, though. I don't see anything on Atlanta. Nothing up here on Atlanta. I'm going to keep looking into Louisville, though. If things are going to pop off in Louisville, I'm going to get some coverage out there. I'm going to, 30 seconds here. Opening the chest for you guys. And just so you guys can see here real quick. Okay, so you can see Woke's got 2 Louisville streams here. But they're just they're dancing in the streets. They got the guy at the bullhorn doing a bunch of dancing around. Looks like few dozen people. I'll keep an eye on that, and I'll update if we see anything come of that. Shout outs to Ryan Cole, Texas Rob, Tedessa, Judge Britt, and Heaven Sent. Much love to all you guys.
Yeah.
I think after tonight I'm going to throw a replay on, but it's not going to be the replay of tonight. It will be the replay of the last stream, and the reason being is because of the videos that are played at the end of it. Those videos are priceless. You know, the one with Tucker admitting to millions that we've been played. I don't know what else the sheep got to say. And then of the nurse exposing what's happening inside of these hospitals, there's really no other information that people should be taking in right now besides that. If people are not woke to the scam, that's the number one thing that should be happening. People should be awakening to the scam that's happening by any means necessary. And by doing that, you're going to have to consume some real raw information, some explosive information. And that nurse going undercover and all that footage, it says it all. It's just like that Judy Mikovits video. It was explosive. There's nothing that they can do but try to censor it. I say get as many people out there to watch it as possible. The more that take that in, the more wake up and see that this is a big freaking scam. We're getting played. And I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. So yeah, much love, everybody. We're going to shut it down. Appreciate everybody hanging out here tonight. I'll be back. I'm aiming for Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Friday as well. You never know, though. You may see me coming from the streets of Louisville if it gets popping. So, Us.
Homeboy.
That's right. That's right.
I ride.
He does ride. Thanks to you guys now. I got backup out there, and Louisville's definitely manageable if we do it. If it's there.
Because of good people.
I'm not going to drive all the way. I have us do all that if it's only a couple dozen people singing and dancing in the street. I'm not. That's fine and dandy. I mean, I just, when we go out and do these things, we're trying to get the bigger things that we can, so to speak, slide right up into. And, they always want to try to infiltrate us. Well, we're going to get out there and infiltrate to get the truth, no matter how. That's just the name of the game. You've got to get in where the action is. If there's not really any action, what are you going to get? Now, if there's crews running around causing some shit, well then we've got someone that needs tracked and we need to find out what's going on here, who sent them, what's really going on. These guys busting out windows, doing all that stuff. And some people won't even go cover that stuff, but that's the stuff we love to get into. It's just a rush for me. Now that I got my gas mask and I can fight off the CS gas, that was the only thing stopping me from running up on front line a lot more. So as long as I got a cartridge and I got some air, I'll be working that front line, gas or no gas. So stay tuned for more, guys. Gonna shut it down. Much love. God bless. See you on the flip side.
Peace out,
Everybody.